Okay, I am almost done with The House of Leaves. I think I am on the very last chapter, which is chapter 22, and on page 522. So a couple of like 20 pages left, and I thought I would do a bit of a vlog for you, if you will. Check back in a second when I finish the book. Okay, so I have officially finished House of Leaves, and I still don't know what ratings I'm gonna give this book yet. It is definitely a very weird book, but I definitely enjoyed myself reading the book. I felt very attached and immersed in both of the narratives that were laid out in the book. I feel like both the characters were so real, and the fact that this is just a work of fiction just seemed so bizarre and even impossible to me, because the author thought it through to the most minuscule details, and just everything is so logical and makes sense, and it's part of this labyrinth and maze, if you will, of details. And I don't know, I'm so impressed by the amount of efforts and details that were put into this book, and the fact that this is fictional makes everything a whole lot more impressive. I definitely recommend reading this book if you're interested in knowing what a weird book looks like and feels like. It is definitely hard, don't get me wrong, to get through, but there are certain parts of the book that I just felt so immersed because of the weird premise of it all. The house itself was such an interesting analogy, and I think a metaphor. I still cannot wrap my head around what the metaphor is of the house. So that might be something very interesting to ponder upon while you're reading this book. But then Johnny and Zampano, I think, are just so interesting characters that I was just vouching for them the whole way through. And even though this is a very dark book throughout the book, like the entire premise of this book is very dark and eerie, and the concept of it all is very eerie. It's increasingly becoming more and more gruesome as you come to the end. So do check the trigger warnings and stuff. There are some very, very graphic descriptions of blood and the human bodies and violence and things like that. But I think the overall ending message was very, very beautiful and delightful and even positive. It talks about passion and this happy ending and this family that eventually rekindled and found each other after this entire mess. So I think that was very beautiful. That's my thoughts. I will be doing a official review of the book, so keep an eye out for that. I will be going to bed now. It's a very long night, but happy reading and good night.